Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. If you'd like to join the family, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you'd like to participate on the discussion, you can join me most weekdays when I go live on YouTube around 4 p.m. Central Time. Or outside of YouTube, you could consider joining the Discord I created. There is a link for that down in the description below. Also down in the description below is a link to a Pinterest board. That is a great place for you guys to get an idea of the meals that we've been enjoying as we've been working on our or that I've been enjoying as I've been working on my goal to lose 300 pounds in 3 years. Today is day 853 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. I've used a combination of extended water fasting and a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet to lose over 235 pounds so far. I have just under 8 months left to go, and I am very excited about reaching my goal and living the rest of my life at a healthy weight. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear your non-scale victories. If you have any on-scale victories, I love hearing those as well. If you are struggling with your diet, what is causing your struggles? Maybe we can help you out. If you're succeeding with your diet, what is causing your success? Let us all know. And at the end of the day, what are some things that you are going to do that will make staying on your diet easier than the alternative? Let's go ahead, switch over here. Hello, everybody. Pretty Girl's mom and Christy and Jean all checking in already. I hope you guys had a wonderful couple days. Hey, Barb, hello to you too. I was not live yesterday. I had some meetings that kept me out of the office all day, so I was unable to go live, but I am back today, and I suppose I have some fun stories to share, or at least interesting stories while traveling. You know, I've talked about dealing with eating this way or eating a plant-based diet while traveling. Yesterday, I had to kind of deal with those issues of traveling and eating a plant-based diet. So for me, the biggest thing that I did, or the one thing that I did to make sure that I had no problems, was I brought food with me. I grabbed a bag or a grocery sack before I left in the morning. Got myself some bananas, some apples, some oranges, some potatoes, threw them in that bag so that if I got hungry, I had something. You know, it's what are you going to do to make staying on your diet easier than the alternative? I brought a bag of simple foods that I can eat with my hands. Pocket potatoes, absolutely. Pretty Girl's mom, yes, pocket potatoes. And so I brought food with me because that's going to make it easier to stay on my diet than to give in or eat something that is less than because I didn't have something good available. So I ended up traveling out of the area. It was a couple-hour drive to where we went to the meetings. And so as we drove up there, we did stop. They went and there was a gas station with the McDonald's, and they went in and grabbed some McDonald's, and I ate one of my oranges and a banana while they had their breakfast. Jean here says you just finished Janet's talk with Amy at the Amy B. Green show. Janet's got some nice travel tips. Janet's a pro, Carrie says. I'll have to check that out. She was a day too late. She should have done the video before I left, or 2 days too late, I guess. But I it was funny because we were in a gas station, and I don't go into gas stations a lot now, but I definitely don't go into fast food restaurants very much. And it had been a long time since I had been in a McDonald's and kind of got those smells, and smelling him eating a sausage McMuffin, or no, it might have been anyways, it was a biscuit, I think. But just smelling those smells again was funny. And I had no temptation. There was no desire to eat any of that food again, because I made sure to eat, made sure I had food available there for me. And Carrie's saying, yeah, like there's gas stations around us that they do have some good fruit options. That McDonald's that had a gas station there kind of off the interstate, so kind of like a truck stop. I'm sure that if I was hungry, I could have looked around, found some bananas, found some apples at the gas station as well. But so we ended up traveling up there, and we got to the meeting. And if you are on the Discord, you would have seen this photo already because I posted it the day that it happened. But let me pull it up here. So we got to the event, and we checked in, and we went to our table to sit down. And at our tables were these bags of this is actually a gas station in Iowa, or there's a lot of them in Iowa, that there were bags of beef jerky on the table greeting us. And so from that, just seeing that, I knew that it was not going to be a very vegan friendly lunch event as well. Karen Gaylor says, finally making a live. Absolutely. Thanks for checking it out, Karen. I hope everything's going great for you. Cindy here says, ew. Yes, absolutely. It was very surprising, I guess, like, because when you go to an event and they have like table favors, usually I guess you think of sweet things, right? Like candies, maybe having nuts or something on the table. But having bags of jerky on the table, I thought thought it was a, Carrie says, even in Iowa, we've never seen that before. Yes, there's, so it was very funny. And then the guy that I traveled up there with, when we were going to leave, he had grabbed a couple bags of the jerky, and he asked me if I was going to take any. And I was like, oh no, I'm okay. Cause, he doesn't, I guess, know that I'm vegan or whatever. It hadn't really come up. I'm sure he noticed that I ate my own food for most of the day and ate oddly, compared to what everybody else was eating. But, anyways, he asked me if I could carry them out for him then. And so I was like, yeah, I suppose I can carry them out for you. But that vegan inside of me was like, I don't even want to carry these bags of jerky. And so I actually shoved them into my coat pocket. So my coat pocket was like stuffed full, just because I didn't want to be physically seen carrying the beef jerky out. Plus, yeah, anyways, it was just interesting. And Pretty Girl's mom says, yeah, it's weird smelling or being around meat these days. Yeah, like going into the McDonald's and being in the car with them while they were eating that. And then at the lunch event they had, I didn't even really pay attention to the food they had, and I'll show you the food that I ate here in a second. But Cindy asked, was I able to let the event planner know that I don't eat animal products? I could have let them know, but it was an event that I was one person of over 100 people there, or at least 100 people there. I'm probably, there's a chance I might not even been the only person that was vegan or vegetarian there, but I wasn't going to ask them to make any changes to their event because of my dietary choices. The and that's also why I brought my own food. Like I knew that I wasn't gonna try to impose anything or to try to influence what they had for food. So I brought my own food. I just made sure that I was prepared for that myself. So I could have contacted them, I suppose, but it wouldn't have made a difference, or I didn't need to make that difference, I guess. And so it got to lunchtime in the event, and I excused myself. There was speakers before the lunch, and then the lunch happened. So I just went down to the car, and because I didn't want to carry the bag of food in with me. So I went down to the car and I ate a couple of the fruits I had. I had a potato. One of the potatoes was kind of bad, so I didn't end up eating all the potatoes, and I ended up coming back up. It really probably didn't take me much longer than if I would have like gone to the bathroom to just go eat the food that I brought. And then I checked out to see what they had, and they did have salad. So I grabbed some salad. I took a photo of it here. Let me see if this is still up. So this was the salad that I ate from what they provided. Here you go. This is a little bit better photo of it here. You can see there's a couple cherry tomatoes. There's even some cucumber down there in the bottom left corner. And they had dressings and things like that, and what I could have done, knowing that I assume they probably would have had something like this. The only thing I was worried about is if they would have had cheese already mixed into it. That wouldn't have surprised me for them to have like shredded cheese mixed into it. So I was happy to see it wasn't that way. I could have brought my own California balsamic vinegar, and then I probably would have wanted to have grabbed a bigger plate instead of the small salad plates. I should have grabbed a big dinner plate anyways. But if I would have brought my own dressing or vinegar to put on there, I definitely would have grabbed more salad. So that was the lunch at the event. I think this is the second time. I think we went to a wedding where we kind of ate the same way. And Carrie always calls that iceberg lettuce crunchy water. And I never ate it enough or enjoyed it, enough to appreciate that. But yeah, it's definitely just like water. Like it's interesting how it tastes. And it's just funny to me, I'm 40 years old, and I'm just now understanding the flavors of iceberg lettuce, or the lack of flavor of iceberg lettuce. Right. Yeah. Carrie says, yeah, if I would have even said anything to them, even if they would have catered to me being vegan, for me to say, hey, I want something that doesn't have any salt, oil, and sugar in it either. That's how they catered to me, by providing me something that was vegan and didn't have any salt, oil, sugar. They had the iceberg lettuce, the cucumber, and the tomatoes. And so this was food, like I said, I had brought my own food, so I already had calories from the fruit that I ate and from the potato that I ate. So this was just additional volume that I ate, because it was there to be eaten. Let me see here. Rebecca says, Pretty Girl's mom told you about the terrible beef jerky. Yeah. Yeah, that was so silly that it was, but it wasn't surprising. Like it even, but I'm in like Iowa, like that's not surprising to have beef jerky on the table. Barb here says, you used to love the smell of baked chicken. Now you cannot stand the smell of any cooked meat. It surprised you when that happened. Yeah, and like smelling that. The most pungent smell I had from this weekend was in the car while they were eating the McDonald's breakfast sandwich, and it wasn't appetizing. Like it was a familiar smell, and as silly as I thought about the mentality or the brain hack of like if I wanted to. If you're in that environment where you got that strong aroma of a specific smell, if you eat anything, would it taste a little bit like what you're smelling? So I was tempted while he was eating that sandwich to try eating a potato, something that doesn't have like a lot of its own flavor, and seeing if it gave that taste response of eating that McMuffin, kind of a in the car science experiment that crossed my mind to do, but it wasn't appetizing. Like me and Carrie were watching some videos this weekend. I was critiquing some things about this carnivore diet thing I saw, and they showed some food that they were eating, and it had slices of cheese on it, and it was just like the most unappetizing thing I had seen. And then to a lot of people, this photo right here that's next to me looks very unappetizing. But in reality, that looks actually very appetizing to me. What's going on with my phone? It's let me get it back up. Oh my, there we go. It's very appetizing to me. And so that beef meal that we saw with cheese on it probably looked appetizing to somebody else. But all of the food that we saw this person showing, none of it looked appetizing. I think something like the dinner I had for yesterday, this looks very appetizing. This was a wonderful dinner that we had last night. Carrie, I think, just kind of threw this together. It was potatoes, and then there's mushrooms and onions in there, and I'm not even sure what the seasoning is. But then after she cooked it, she decided, you know what, this could use some carrots. So she cooked up some carrots, threw carrots in there, and then thought, what the heck, I'm just throwing things in. Why not throw a big handful of spinach on top as well, just to make sure we get all kinds of nutrients. So this was something Carrie just kind of whipped up that tasted similar to, the one thing this did have in it that is, I suppose, not the best for the diet. There is miso in this. So it had a little bit different flavor than what we've had because of the miso, but it was very similar to a mushroom dish that we've had recently. So Carrie says that the gravy that's on here is the mommy's gravy from the Be a Plant-Based Woman Warrior cookbook, and it was so good. Yeah, so she made the gravy from that recipe in the cookbook, and then she just added kind of all the vegetables in there to make a wonderful dish for us to have last night. Let me see. What's that? Yeah. Ron here says that you love that gravy. Yeah, that's we have liked a few things from that cookbook for sure. Let me see. I realized that I completely skipped my meals on Wednesday because I skipped over to the I didn't take a very good photo of it. So our meal on Wednesday night, just real quick, was mushroom and mushrooms and white beans and polenta. I just put it in a bowl. It's not very pretty looking at all. I mean, again, I think it's pretty looking because it's got bright colors, but I didn't plate it well. I'm not as good at that as Carrie is. And then we had cobbler, I'm sure. Yeah, there's a photo of some of the cobbler that we had Wednesday evening. So then we're back to the salads. We're back to last night's dinner. Then breakfast this morning was back to the oatmeal. Tasted wonderful. Always tastes wonderful. Love the oatmeal. And then let's see. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Let me go back. So this was the dinner Carrie made yesterday. My photos are in a bad order because of so I ended up going to the meeting. I was gone all day. There was an issue with the Instapot in the morning, and the oatmeal wasn't ready before I left in the morning. So the first thing I had when I got home last night was I ate my oatmeal when I got home from the meeting. Then I followed the oatmeal up with dinner. And so that's what's going on with my photos here. So I had oatmeal, and then I had the regular dinner last night, and then we had, skipping ahead, more cobbler again for dessert last night. So and then this morning I had broccoli before breakfast. I hadn't had broccoli in, holy cow, it was like a whole day without broccoli. I went oh my gosh, I went over 24 hours without broccoli. I didn't even realize it. How crazy. So how silly. And so then we had our oatmeal this morning. Carrie changed it up a little bit, threw some carrots in there. She didn't have a ton of spinach, so she threw some carrots in there. And Carrie says, "How did I survive? What?" He says, "What? No broccoli?" Yeah, I can't believe I didn't have broccoli. I didn't even realize it. I had spinach. I had lots of spinach, but no broccoli. You know, and I should have, if I would have thought of, again, you know, in hindsight, thinking about it now, I should have steamed up a bag of broccoli and took it with me, and I would have eaten the broccoli cold. Probably, I probably would enjoy cold broccoli more than I enjoy cold potatoes. I'm better with cold potatoes, but I'm still not 100% on cold potatoes. I'd like them to be a little bit warm. So that was my couple days of food since I was last live. The kind of changing up of the food for a day, I appreciate it. I had that weigh-in on Wednesday where I gained some weight, and so I've been kind of frustrated. I've been feeling like I got something backed up in my, like I just feel like I could be pooping more. I'm pooping a lot, which is crazy. But I feel like there's something that's stuck in the system. And so that shaking up the diet yesterday, I think might have helped because, maybe I was eating too much broccoli, maybe having 3 weeks of over a pound, almost probably 1.5 pounds of broccoli every day for the past 3 weeks. Maybe my body needed a break from it for a day. But Karen says that you poop the more water you take in. Yeah, I feel like I've been, it's a weird, poop is always a weird thing to talk about, but I'm never not satisfied with, like, when I go to the bathroom. It's just, I feel like I could be more satisfied. I don't know, like, is if that makes sense. Carrie says something's not a thing. I don't know. Too much broccoli is not a thing. It might, yeah, that might not be a thing. But we have had a lot of broccoli in the past month. Chrissy says that she's with me on the cold potatoes. Yes, you haven't been able to enjoy them that way. Maybe someday. Can't do cold oatmeal either. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of cold oatmeal. I will tolerate it more. But yeah, there's just some foods I like to have warm. And so that's one of those things. Karen, you said you had some constipation issues last year. And it's something that I thought about it. Like, I wonder if I did take like a Miralax, if that would help, or whatever that you take for to help your system. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to take anything that has chemicals in it either. Like, I don't know what that's made out of, if it's just fiber or what it is. But also, if I take something and it has sodium in it, am I going to balloon up from the sodium? Because I definitely do. And maybe that's what's caused some of my weight gain, is that I had accidental exposure to sodium. But when I have sodium, I notice a retention. I notice it very quickly. Carrie says that she always feels like salad pushes everything through for her. The only thing for me is that I feel like any issues, if I were to say I had issues, any issues that I've had started after we had salad, the last time we had a big salad. And so that would be the only thing that, and again, it's not even something that I'm super worried about. Cindy, you keep writing something and it keeps going away, so I don't know what's going on with that. So, and then Carrie says that you love that we're talking about poop. You do. You love talking about poop. And then, yes, Barb says you're eating more vegetables now than I used to, so that'll balance itself out over time. And yeah, and it's nothing that is super concerning to me. And I'm feeling better than I was feeling when Wednesday was probably the height of kind of feeling like crap, and feeling full of crap. So, yeah, Cindy says, perhaps I need to re-listen to parts of Fiber Fueled. That might be something good to listen to. It's been a while since I've listened to an audio book. I feel like I've gone through the library of books I want to read. So if you guys have any recommendations for an audio book to listen to, let me know. Because, or if there's anything new coming out, does anybody know of any plant-based authors that have something coming out soon? So, Karen says that you did Miralax with lemon water the first thing in the morning, some natural senna, and then more salad, Miralax 4 times a day. And you finally had to do, I don't know what Linzess, I don't know what that is for a time. Oh, it's a IBS. Okay. Yeah. So, so that sucks that you had to go through all of that to get it through, but you got it through, it sounds, or you got it figured out, and you feel better. So that's good. It's a prescription medication. So, And then Carrie here says that she's been using all of our credits for fun books on Audible. No, quit doing that. But yeah, no, seriously, if you guys have any recommendations for books that are coming out, or if you see that list down below and you see a book that I haven't read, let me know of a book you think I should check out. Let's see. I talked about the trip, talked about food. I'm trying to think if there's anything else from the trip. Just a non-scale victory. So this is something that the event that I went to is something that I've been part of this organization, or part of working with this organization for the past 15 years. And for most of those 15 years, I have been very, very overweight. And now I'm just kind of overweight. And so it's been nice these past couple years to feel more comfortable in these more public settings. I feel like, I feel less judged when I'm meeting new people, and I just feel like I can participate more in the group dynamic. Even though I was part of the group and I knew everybody and I'd been around for 10 years, being kind of very overweight, kind of hinders your confidence, and and also you prejudge what you think people might expect of you. Like, because I'm 500 pounds, they're not going to expect me to be able to do very well at this job, or what we're working on. And so but a lot of it's confidence, I suppose. And so after losing the weight and being at these events, I definitely feel more confident. I feel like I can participate more, and I'm willing to have that light shined on me more than I was before. In the past, I was more willing to be kind of in the corner, in the back, whereas now I'm much more willing to have people looking at me, raising my hands, participating in on the conversation. And Carrie says, you were going to ask if I got any comments on my appearance. No, I mean, so this will be the third year that I've been pretty close to this, but I've been 200 pounds lighter than I was. So it's kind of an interesting thing, because to them, there's how I looked pre-COVID and then how I looked post-COVID. Like, COVID, to anybody out that knows me from this event, was good for me, because pre-COVID I was 500 pounds, and post-COVID now I've been I guess I was 320 pounds during 2 years ago, and then about 300 this past year, and now so anyways, so it's been 3 years now that I've been the thinner version of myself. So most of the people, I think, know me. But yeah, so I haven't gotten any. Karen says that you continue to have issues with your digestion if you don't get a lot of water. So yeah, and I'm trying to, I get quite a bit of water. I drink from the food and fruit, and then I drink a lot of water, like on my way home. I drink almost 2 bottles of water on my way home, but yes, I might have to check that out. Cindy here says there's a new book from Dr. Greger coming out in December called How Not to Age. I am definitely down to check out that book. I know it's going to be a lot of, what does he always say? Put it to the test. Yes. So you put it to the test. So, yes, Carrie says she's excited about that one. And then, oh my, Carrie says that I need to get a great big water cup like she has. This water cup. Yes, the water cup. She'll have to post a photo of it on, I am going to have to put you guys on hold. So hold on. Okay. So I I need to deal with something, and I did not even get into the topic I wanted to talk about today at all. Yeah, maybe I'll just rename the thing and so I gotta go deal with some stuff for work. And but I talked about most of what I wanted to talk about. I didn't talk about the emotional eating. There was a comment the other day, right as I was finishing up the stream, asking about emotional eating, and I didn't get to respond to it, and I wanted to talk about it today, but I'm not going to get to respond to it today either. So I'm going to have to put something together or talk about it Monday. But I have to take care of this for work. I appreciate all you guys so much. We got the weekend coming up here, and I'm excited to have a great weekend. I think it'll be wonderful. It should be good, pretty good weather here for us, which will be great. And I will, yeah, I got to get out of here though. But thank you guys so much. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you get subscribed to the channel. If you've not clicked on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos, make sure you do that. If you've not liked this video, comment down below. What health book are you reading right now, or what health book do you recommend to somebody when they ask about a plant-based diet? Leave that down in the comments below. And if you have not started your diet yet, get started right now. There's nothing coming up that's more important than your health and your overall well-being. And nobody gets to their goal weight and wishes that they would have waited. They all wish they would have started sooner. So get started right now, guys. You all have a wonderful weekend.